I am so excited for today's podcast guest. It's Sam Hobson-Fairman. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Of course. Okay, let's dive right in.
Yes.
Can you share with us the inspiration behind starting Sauce Media Group, which, by the way, I love that name.
Thank you.
And what challenges did you face with the initial stages of building your company?
Well, honestly, it kind of fell in my lap, which I hate when people say that. But I had another business before this. So my background's in fashion. And so I actually started an online boutique back in 2017.
Wow.
And I realized, there's a lot of things wrong with it, but I realized what I loved about it was the content creation piece. And that's really like my thing. And so I was actually closing that business down and I was liquidating the pieces. And I was at a studio and the owner of this hair studio was walking around. And I'm like, for some reason, I just felt inspired to be like, hey, who's doing your Instagram? Who does your social media? She's like, we don't have anyone right now, but we need help. And so I'm like, oh, I do social media, which I don't know where it came from. I swear it was just like divine intervention. And then from there, I just started accumulating more and more clients, and I realized I could turn it into an agency.
And there it is.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Okay, and with the rapid evolution of social media platforms, it's like everywhere now. How do you stay ahead of the curve and keep Sauce Media Group relevant? What are the secrets?
Yes, so I have to give credit to my team. That is who keeps me accountable. That's who is doing the trend forecasting, but also the way that we do business and who we like to work with. We love being a part of the trends. We love pop culture. And so it's all about knowing who you're talking to, what they're interested in, what you're interested in, and staying up to date on that. So that can be celebrities, fashion trends, that sort of thing.
Always moving. It's always changing and moving.
Yes.
And I'm sure owning a business has its downsides and can be really hard. Can you walk us through a particularly challenging moment in Sauce Media Group's journey and how you overcame it?
Yeah, honestly, all of 2023.
All of it.
It was so hard. The economy is just in a really interesting place right now, but it was actually on our winter break. So we take the last 2 weeks of December off. That's when our clients are slow, we're slow. And within these 2 weeks, I had lost clients. I lost half of my revenue within like 4 days.
50%?
50%, because everyone was struggling with the economy and they had budgets to hit for the following year and they didn't have the budgets anymore. And that was all happening. And then I lost one of my key employees right after she got the job opportunity of a lifetime. And it was just kind of this scrambling. She's being like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And really, it just went back to the basics. We're like, what do we offer? What are we best at? And we're really just going to hone in on that and meet our clients where they're at. And so we restructured our services, how we do business, and it completely saved the company.
Yay.
Yep.
And you're here today.
We're here
still.
today.
Yay. Okay, what strategies or tactics have you found that are most effective in helping Sauce Media Group's clients succeed, like receive that success that we all want on social media?
Yes, it's all about building your community. And I think that's the thing that most people neglect. They think that they need to show this perfect face and to be a certain way on social. But really, when you focus on your community and gifting to your community and communicating with them, creating for them, that's when you're getting the best success.
Okay. Building that community. That's a good one. Can you share one of your favorite, maybe career moments where your group made a significant impact on a client's brand or business through your services? It like stands out to you?
Yes. No, there's one in particular. We had just started with a client. I actually went to high school with her, and she has this really successful bag company. And she reached out to me after I started Sauce, and we started working together. And our first major campaign together, we put her through our process. This was kind of an ideation or this brainchild between me and my key employee at the time of like how to really launch a product successfully. And we took them through this process, and within the first hour, they didn't even have paid ads. Within the first hour of their sales going live, they made over $150,000.
First hour?
First hour. It was crazy.
And I just see you smiling. I can tell like
Yes.
it really matters to you for your clients and for them to be successful.
Absolutely. Their success is my success, honestly. Like, I'm only successful if they are. And so it's just, I could tell it was that was kind of that light at the end of the tunnel that she needed after going through such a hard time before. So it was awesome.
Yay. Oh my gosh, what a cool moment after an hour.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Nuts.
Sam, how do you approach building and maintaining those strong client relationships in the digital media industry?
Yeah, for me, I don't really, when it comes to creating these relationships, I want it to be a real friendship. It doesn't matter if you're paying me and you're a client. I want to help you with your marketing. I want to really geek out on your social media strategy and how your team is set up, and whether that's my team or not. I mean, not every brand needs an agency. It's not the right fit all the time, but social media is so important that I want them to have that correct setup for them. So for me, I feel like at the end of the day, like with my clients, it's like, you don't always have to pay us to do it. Like, let's just find the right solution. And I think being that confidant for them without any ask is really what moves the needle.
Mm-hmm. That's an honest answer. You want them to succeed.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. In your experience, what are some common misconceptions or myths about starting and running a successful media company? And do you agree with some or disagree?
Okay. I think the biggest thing is like, we'll see a lot of agencies just take on anyone that comes to them.
Just to take their money.
Just to take their money. Yeah, they see it as, they see dollar signs. Mm-hmm. And what we've learned, and to be honest, I've gone that route too, thinking that was the route to success.
Well, you have a business to run, so you're thinking, we got to make money.
Exactly. And so what I've learned is that having a really actually tight client list where we can go all in and be completely focused on them, and honestly charge more because we have that, strict focus on them, has been the most beneficial thing. And I think a lot of other agencies just try to get as many people as possible, and then people just fall through the cracks and the brands aren't getting the success that they want. And so for us, I would rather have this tight list who I know personally, and I've got so much skin in the game for them. We're partners in this. Like I said, I'm only successful if my clients are successful. So I feel like when it comes down to growth for digital marketing agencies, it's all about knowing who the target audience is. Mm-hmm. And for me, what I learned is we don't take any clients that me and my team aren't either the target audience, or we will be the target audience in a couple of years, or we aspire to be that, because you're not gonna know how to talk to that person. Yeah. It's gonna fall flat.
That makes sense, and that helps everyone.
Exactly.
Where you have more energy to help everyone, all your clients, and it helps them feel like they're being paid attention to, and they're getting the best product out of you too.
Exactly.
What advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs looking to, if they're trying to enter the media and marketing industry, if they're thinking, oh, that interests me, but I don't really know what I'm doing?
Yeah, don't be afraid to do work for either free or for less money. I think we've gotten into this weird world where I don't know if it's Gen Z or what, and I get why it's happened because we've gone so far the other way, but they just expect to be paid top dollar for everything. But really, like, if you can even get paid to hone your skills, like, that's such a win. And I think we really miss this piece a lot of the time where we don't master our craft first. We jump right into asking to be paid top dollar instead of working on it. And so I would just say, like, be open to working for trade or for free or for less.
Get that experience.
Yeah, get that experience and really, like, hone that craft.
And then you can charge top dollar.
And then you can charge top dollar and you feel really good about it.
You feel honest about it, right? Because you're worth it. Okay. What do you think is the most important part of a company's social media strategy, and what is the most difficult?
The most important piece is focusing on your community. You're always creating for your community. Everything's about them. And I think a lot of brands go wrong with that, thinking that they just need to be selling products and their service. And really what sells is being a part of a loyal community. Everyone loves being a part of that. Think about, books that people love or TV shows. We all like to have that camaraderie and have our opinions and be excited about things. And so when you can give your audience that opportunity to be part of your community, that's when you're going to find the most success. And so I think, though, the most difficult piece of social media, though, is content creation, which that's what my company specializes in. We actually only focus on strategy and content creation because the management side, AKA posting or the community engagement, should be done in-house. You want that community feel. You want to have the feel of that company culture, and you lose that if you hire out an agency to post for you, in my opinion. And so what we really dial down is, what is everyone needing? What are they lacking? What's the hardest part of social? And that is the content creation. So that's what we do.
Okay, when you say content creation, if someone's thinking, wait, I don't know what that is, can you explain that for us?
Yeah, so this is the video content, this is the photos, this is everything that you're posting visually.
So like posts, stories, things that you're seeing, that's content creation.
Exactly. And that's what people run out of a lot. And so then we see a lot of graphics, or we see, you know, they don't post as often because they run out of things to post about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is we set up their content where we'll create everything and hand it off to them. So they are set up for success. They have all their edits. They even have all the raw content
Oh, nice.
to reimagine.
And then they can just post and, oh, that's so great. That's awesome. Okay, Sam, looking ahead, what trends do you foresee shaping the future of social media marketing? And how is Sauce Media Group preparing to adapt to these changes? Because it's always changing, right?
Always. And I mean, we're seeing these lawsuits right now with TikTok, and it's probably going to get banned and all these things, or maybe, we don't know. But I really forecast that we are going to be craving, I think we're already craving, a less digital world. Not saying that we're going to be off social by any means, or we're going to boycott technology, but I think we're going to figure out ways as companies and brands to bring these experiences in real life and to have that like in-person feel to your brand. People want to experience it. So I'm really seeing more events coming up and pop-ups, not necessarily more storefronts. It's going to be like limited edition pop-ups and
Experiences.
Yeah, and parties and those types of things. And so if you can get really creative on how to bring your brand into real life and utilize social media to get the word out, you're going to be very successful.
I like that. That's good. What would be your best advice for businesses struggling with their social strategy?
I would focus on community, like really identify who you're talking to, who do you want to be a part of your community, and give them that experience actually for free. So that's a huge piece of social media that I'm so passionate about, is not just influencer collaborations, but really reaching out, like I said, to those that you want to be in your community and have them come experience your brand for free the first time. So if you're a restaurant, give them a free appetizer, or if you're a product-based business, can you send them a freebie or something small?
That gets people in the door. It does.
It does.
Yeah.
Especially the everyday person. It doesn't have to just be someone with a following. It's actually more impactful when it's your everyday Joe.
Yeah. Yeah. Say, look, we're going to give you this free drink, free appetizer. Come on in. Yep. They're coming in probably.
Yep.
Where do you see the most success? What platform? Is it TikTok? Is it Instagram? Is it Facebook? Is it YouTube now? Where do you see the most success? And maybe it depends on the brand.
It totally depends on the brand. But as far as companies go, I am such a believer in, if you're going to be on TikTok, you get the word out through influencers, through creators. It's a creator's platform. If you're a creator, go on TikTok. That's your thing. Instagram, though, that is where it's at when it comes to brands. Facebook, it kind of trickles down. It depends on who your target audience is. But for the most part, if you want to find success, it's on Instagram.
Does the blue check matter anymore?
No.
Okay.
No.
Is it follower count? What are people paying attention to? Or is it like your content?
It's content. Always create content that your community wants or needs. So you want it to be entertaining to them, or educational to them, or something that they want to share with their friends. Really, the analytics to look at, if you're going to geek out on this, is, are they saving or sharing your content right now? Likes don't matter. Followers don't matter. It's saves and shares.
Okay, wait, say that again.
So yeah, when it comes down to like the actions you want them to take on,
because you're always thinking likes, you want likes, you want.
Don't look at the likes.
Okay.
Look at the saves and the shares, because that means people are liking your content. They want to go back to your content, or they want to share it with a friend.
The saves and the shares.
Yes.
Okay, so we can all do that on Instagram, as we can save and share things and go back and look. How do we check on Instagram who's saving and sharing? Do we have the ability to see that?
We can't see who is saving and sharing, but we can see the number, so how many times it happened.
Okay.
But sometimes when they're sharing to stories, you'll get that notification that they've shared to their story. So that can be a good opportunity to build that community, interact with them there.
Okay. And this thought popped up. Say you have a story you posted, someone reshared it, and you always see people sharing it back again, that they shared your story. Is that a yes or a no?
What I would say is just let them share it, and unless it's a big creator or a big brand or someone that really speaks to your community, then maybe you can share it. And honestly, be kind of endearing about it, being oh my gosh, so and so reposted us.
Yeah, if Post Malone reposted me, I'm gonna post it again.
Yes, but don't go back and forth and keep doing the weird Inception, and you just see a million reposts.
I notice myself tuning out on somebody's stories if they've posted something and then they're resharing the same thing. anything that other people have shared, I notice it gets a little boring for me too.
Totally.
Okay, good to know. What emerging platforms or trends do you believe will have the most significant impact?
I think, like I said before, with the events, I really think that's going to be the biggest thing. And I would really focus on Instagram, TikTok. Like I said, have a different strategy if you're a brand to start working with creators.
Okay, those two. Okay. With the growing importance of video content, especially like the short form video on platforms like TikTok, like we were just mentioning, how do you advise brands to incorporate video into their social media marketing strategies? Because sometimes we're always thinking like photos, but video is great.
Video's way better. It's way easier to get a good video than it is to get a good photo. And our iPhone cameras are so good right now. Utilize your iPhone. Like, take video on your iPhone. And when in doubt, I always tell this to my clients. I tell this to my girls, to anyone that I'm consulting. When in doubt, get a video instead of a photo. You can always screenshot if you want. Like, that's not ideal,
that's
but
true.
Yeah, get the video. It's way better.
You can do this
more life.
You can do the screenshot. That's so true. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's better that movement, you get in there.
Exactly.
How long should we do our videos? Does it matter?
It always changes. Right now, people are actually liking longer form.
Okay, like a minute or?
Yeah, about like a minute and a half. We are so, like with TikTok especially, we just saw so much short form that our brains are like overstimulated.
Yeah.
So if you can do long form, even on TikTok right now, they have opened up 10-minute long videos. So people really like to watch as if like it's like a podcast or listen to people talk or that sort of thing. So if you can incorporate that longer form content right now, you're on it.
I feel like a lot of the time, like too, with the longer videos is I will just like, if I'm like getting ready, I'll like want to put my phone in the corner and like put it on a video and just kind of watch as I'm like getting ready in the mirror, so that's like, and instead of like having to swipe like every time or go, like you just let it go and listen. So that makes sense with the longer ones.
Exactly.
As algorithms and platform algorithms continue to evolve, how can brands adapt their social media strategies to ensure organic reach and engagement with their target audiences? And if someone doesn't understand, they're listening, like, what is an algorithm? Can you explain what that is?
So the algorithm is basically like this weird set of rules behind the technology with these platforms. And when you follow the rules, you get more reach or you get, more eyes on your content.
Okay.
However, this is kind of, I guess, my controversial opinion. I just feel like the algorithm or the idea of the algorithm really trips everyone up and it makes them freeze.
It's even hard for me to say.
Yes, exactly.
Tripping up.
Exactly. It's like, it's traumatizing, like, because it changes so much and you finally get in a good rhythm and then it changes. So this is what I tell everyone, and I stand by this, is if you are creating content for your community that they're going to love and they're eating up, it doesn't matter what the algorithm is, they're going to eat up your content. And when they're consuming your content that much, you're going to still show up on their account. And so when it comes down to the algorithm, it's like good to know what's going on and to try it out and see if it works for your audience or if it works for you. But if it doesn't, don't let it get in your way of posting. The biggest thing is being consistent with your content and showing up regardless. Don't get tripped up by the rules.
Okay. That's good advice. What is your best kept social media secret that maybe you'd be willing to share with us?
Yeah. No, I am such a believer in creating your own hype, whether it's real or not.
Great. We all need that, right? Some days we're just not feeling it. So we got to create that for us.
You have to create the hype. And so you'll see sometimes brands are reposting, like people, sending them a really nice DM or sending a really nice comment. And they'll either like blur out who it is out of respect to them or whatever. You can also plant those DMs yourself and start getting, creating that hype around a new launch or something around those, along those lines, because we are all social creatures and we want to see that everyone else is loving the product or the service.
Sure.
And so that's what gets us to buy. So I always tell this to new brands. It's like, you got to create your own hype. And not only are you like planting DMs or whatever, you also have to feel it. You have to be excited about what you're launching and what you're talking about. Like, and it sounds funny. It's like, it's this energetic thing, but it really is so true. Like when you are excited about what you're posting about, your audience can feel it. But if you're feeling desperate or if you're feeling like, oh, I don't think anyone's going to like this, we can feel that too. So really be hyped on what you're posting about. And
it's contagious.
Yeah. We can feel it and we get on the train with you. And so especially those early stages, you've got to create that on your own hype.
Okay. All right. Reels, are they as important as like Instagram makes it sound?
Yes and no. I think, like I said, video content is always doing the best, but I am I'm kind of going down this route for brands where we really want them to show up as if they are people. And so what I mean by that is like, I love seeing when brands post like a photo dump and it's just a carousel of like random videos and photos of their business, whether it's like behind the scenes content or it's, just a random video. Like I want to see those carousels, and that's how humans, like people,
That's how we
creators,
connect.
that's how we're posting anyway. And so I love seeing brands do that as well. So I think Reels, they're still king technically, but we love a carousel. And where our team has been seeing a lot of just single photo posts on the rise. It's kind of that effortlessly cool.
Okay. The single photo is coming back.
Yes, I think that's going to come back. We haven't had that in a while. And so you can play around with that trend as well.
Okay. One more thing. Collaborations. Are they worth it?
Collaborations as in like influencers, brands?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If the influencer or the brand is someone or a brand that your community idolizes, jump on that bandwagon. What we call this double dipping. So you're double dipping into other audiences through your content. And so if you have a brand that they're also purchasing from and you want them to purchase from you, if you can collaborate with them, you just gained a huge audience that you otherwise wouldn't have found.
That's true. Okay, so do it. Those partnerships are worth it. Okay.
Yes.
This is such great knowledge. I mean, thank you so much. Is there
Yeah,
anything we
thank
didn't
you.
cover that you want to talk about? I mean, I went through everything I was thinking, but is there anything that you want our audience to know or?
I just, the one thing, if you guys take anything from this episode, is just like really create content that's easy for you to recreate and stay consistent. Because at the end of the day, like we value consistency and your audience wants to know what they're going to get from you and they want to know that they can trust you to show up for them. So if you can create some sort of like core content that's super easy and repeatable, stick with that and like let the rest come as you get more practice. So that consistency and that easy repetitive content is going to take you way further. So just focus on that.
Even if it's not like perfect, if you're like, I don't know what, just post something.
You've got to stay consistent and show up.
Okay. Good to know. Okay. Oh my goodness. Are you ready for Fresh 5?
Yes, I'm a little nervous.
Okay, Sam, this is fun. Okay, you ready? Here's the first one. East Coast or West Coast?
East Coast.
There it is. She didn't even blink.
Yes.
Okay, Sam, it's brunch. What are you ordering?
Eggs Benny and a latte.
Yum, me too, girl.
Right?
Yes, that's one of my favorites. Movie theater or movie on your couch?
Movie theater.
Okay. Text or call?
Oh, audio message. Can I pick that?
I love that option too. I need to add that in there.
Yes.
Text, call, or audio message. That one saves my days a lot of the time. And the last one, what makes you smile?
My friends and family. That's all I need. So
There it is. Okay. Sam, thank you so much. This was awesome.
Thank
in the
you.
world of social media and marketing, thank you for sharing those things. And if we want to, of course, hire you,
yes.
what's the best place to go?
Go to our Instagram. We're Sauce Media Group. On Instagram, we have 2 A's at the end of media. We snuck in a little A. Someone else took our
Double
handle.
A.
Yeah, double A.
Okay.
Send us a DM. You can also email me at hi@saucemediagroup.com and we'll take care of you.
Okay.
So,
Amazing. Sam, great to get to know you and
you.
all those tips. Thank you so much.
thanks for having me.
Of course. And thank you for listening to another episode of Fresh Off the Set. Please rate, review, and subscribe. And we will see you next week. Congrats, you made it to the end. If you want to continue to freshen up your day, you can watch us on Fresh Living every weekday on CBS Channel 2 in Utah at 1 o'clock. You can also watch us on our YouTube channel, KUTV Fresh Living, and follow us on social media. We will see you next week.